Here are the 10 marketing exposure tips that I use to sell homes. And if you have a for sale by owner property, you should be using them too. All right, so beyond the sign that you're going to put in your yard that says for sale by owner, you should be searching out all the effective ways to be marketing your property. And we're going to talk about 10 of those ways in this video. But above all, you need to be very service-minded when it comes to the sale of your house. You need to make sure that your home is available as often as possible to people who want to come see it. When a qualified buyer is interested in your home, you don't want to have to make them wait several days just to be able to come in and see the house. As well, you want to ensure that you are ready to answer the phone and answer questions anytime. You want to get back to people who are leaving you a voicemail or a text message, and be ready to give all the information necessary to someone who's qualified and interested in buying your home. All right, so let's get into the 10 tactics that I use and you should be using as well. So number 1, your home is for sale and you are selling your home. You need to tell everyone. You need to tell everybody that you run into. That could be at the bank, the post office, the grocery store, restaurants, on the street, on the bus, at the playground, the water park, everywhere that you go. You need to be telling people that your home is for sale. As well, certainly you need to be putting it on social media, all the different platforms that you are on, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, and the 350 other ones that I'm not even aware of. You know, and speaking to the people that you run into in your day-to-day activities, make sure you're talking to the people who live in your area. The benefit is, if you're 3 cities away and you say that I live on 123 Locust Avenue or I live at 3rd West and 4th North, they may not have any idea what you're talking about. But when you're in your area and you say, oh yeah, 3rd North and 5th West, they probably know where you're talking about. And so when they are talking to other people that they know, they'll be able to say, hey, you might want to drive by this area, or hey, you might want to look this up online, because it's fresher in their mind and they know the area that might be appealing to somebody that they know looking for a house. All right, number 2, you want to have a photographer, professional photographer, take professional photos of your house. Okay, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? And so if you're putting 10, 20, 30 pictures up online of your house, well, what words describe your house? You know, when people take pictures of their own house, they don't know the right angles, they don't know the right lighting, they may not know the right way to stage the house. A lot of times they don't know what to include, what not to include, but a professional photographer will know the right sequencing and be able to take the right photos to make your house stand out and to show it in photos in the best light possible. All right, number 3, since you have all these nice new photos now, don't just share them online, but work with a local printing company or an online printing company like Vistaprint or something like that, and have some postcards and some flyers printed up to showcase your home. When you're out and about and you are talking to people about your home being for sale, you want to have something to give them. Have something that they can take home and be reminded of so that they can share that information. And certainly when someone comes to your house, you want them to take something with them so that they're not just trying to remember, well, what did we see and what was it about and what was in that bedroom, but they can actually have something printed that they can talk about, leave on the counter, put on the fridge, and remind them that your house is a good possibility. All right, number 4 is you want to post a live video walkthrough of your house at least once a week, more if you feel comfortable with it. You know, live video, I mean, it's not just live, it lives forever, you know, on the intraweb there. But motion and video really have their own energy and can convey a lot more about your house than maybe just photos can. So as much as you feel comfortable, definitely put videos and live videos up on your social media platforms. All right, number 5, you want to tag all of your friends, all of your family, all of your coworkers in these social media posts that you're doing. You don't want to miss the opportunity for your friends and your family and your coworkers. You don't want them to miss the videos and the photos that you're posting up. You want them to be reminded again and again that your home is for sale and that they can be a big part of the marketing for that. They're going to be able to share those posts with other people that they know on social media. And again, when they're out in public and when they're talking to friends and family and coworkers, they can share that information as well. All right, number 6 is creating a custom website for your home. And this is a website that's not, on a social media platform. This is where, your house would be like, 123locust.com for people to come look at outside of social media. Now, this is something that we always do for our clients. I suggest doing it too. It is a little bit more difficult to have these done. There are a lot of services and individuals out there who can do it. I think it's a great idea. It gives your house a little bit more it gives you a little bit more exposure, but it also kind of elevates the essence of the house a little bit. It's not just another house that's on social media, but this house has its own website. So usually it helps people to see your house in a little bit better light and hopefully demand a little bit better price for your house. All right, number 7 is a tactic that we use every single time without exception, and that is printing up about 100 just listed flyers or postcards. Now this is print material that you're going to pass around to 100 different houses in your neighborhood. There's going to be people you know and people you don't know. But you'd be surprised how many times somebody moves into a neighborhood or moves into an area because of the recommendation of someone who already lives there. So, just because they live in your neighborhood, they may not know your house is for sale. They may take a different side street or maybe not even notice the sign in your yard. But by giving them these flyers, either mailing it to them or putting it on their door or sticking it in their mailbox, whatever you need to do is going to make sure that the people who have a lot of influence on who moves into the area will know your house is for sale. They'll have some good photos of it. Maybe there's a QR code on it or at least a link to your social media or that website we talked about, and they can share that information with their friends and their family and their coworkers. Okay, number 8 is you want to host an open house at least every other week, if not weekly, until your house is sold. So this does a couple of things. Number 1, it creates more awareness because you're going to be spreading the news about the open house through, the social media platforms and word of mouth and things like that. When you put the balloons out front and you put the open house sign, it creates a little bit of a buzz and it creates kind of a fresh day that your house is for sale. Creates a little bit more energy that your house is for sale. And it makes it feel like your house hasn't been on the market forever and it's all stale. Okay, right now, houses, at least in our area, the average days on market is 56 days right now. Now that shifts a little bit from month to month and season to season, certainly. But in 56 days, that's a lot of time for a home that's been on the market for a while to go stale. So these open houses are going to give you something to talk about. It's going to give something for your friends and family and coworkers to talk about. And it's going to create kind of an event atmosphere that hopefully will attract people to come and look at your house. Okay, we're at number 9, which is you need to create a free ad on places like Zillow, Facebook Marketplace, Realtor.com, Houses.com, and in our area, KSL.com is a big place. Couple things. One, these are great ways to get your house a lot more exposure than just the people who are driving by or the people that you can talk to. Thousands of people do use these sites to look for houses in specific areas and certain price ranges. They have a great search capability. And it allows your home to be seen by a lot more people, especially people who are out of state that you otherwise wouldn't have any exposure to. Now, the caveat to that is this. As soon as you put your house up, you are going to be inundated by phone calls, texts, knocks at the door, emails, by realtors who are going to try to list your house for you. Now, it's just something you're going to have to deal with. So my advice is, if you're not ready to be working with a realtor or consider working with a realtor, that's okay. Have something polite but concise to tell them in person, on the phone, or through some kind of a text message. Let them know at this time you're not ready to work with a realtor, but maybe in the future. Something like that. Have your mind made up about it and let them know about it in a nice, polite way. The other reason you're going to have realtors that are reaching out to you is they are going to ask if you are willing to work with a buyer's agent. Most buyers are going to be represented by an agent, and these agents don't want to leave any stone unturned, and your house might be a good fit for their buyers. And so they just want to know if you're willing to work with them, and if so, when could they bring a client by, or maybe when you're going to have an open house so that they could accompany their buyer and show your house to them. You know, another reason that these websites are so good is you can publicize your open house on these websites. One little tip for you, though, is don't just put open house this Saturday, because if your ad is up there for 3 weeks, well, they don't know if this is this Saturday or was it the Saturday that when you posted the ad. So put the date. Open house Saturday, March 3rd, 2023, something like that, so that people have accurate information. Okay, now speaking of the real estate agents, that brings us to our final tip, which is number 10. My advice, I would encourage you to build into the price of your house a commission to pay a buyer's agent. Now, I don't represent a lot of buyers, so this is not something that really helps me all that much, but here's the reason that you should do it. Over 90% of buyers are going to be represented by a real estate agent. And it's simple. It's basically free for them. Buyers do not pay the agent. The seller's commissions do. And a buyer who's qualified and really interested in buying a house, they don't want to just drive around and look for sale by owners, or they don't want to call every real estate agent that on a sign that they drive by. They want to work with one agent who does all the work for them and will send them all of the available houses that are in their price range and in their area. It's that simple. So if you are not willing to talk with or work with a buyer's agent, you have eliminated effectively 90% of the buyers that are out there. Okay, so it's a good idea. Build into your commission build into the price of your house the commission, which is usually somewhere between 2 and 3%. It can be negotiated, but don't alienate yourself from all of the buyers that are out there who are working with an agent. Okay. Big tip. I strongly encourage that you do it. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, any disagreements, please put it in the comments below. If you have any specific questions about your situation, you can always reach out to me. My contact information is below, and I'm always very quick to return a phone call or answer a text. Now, the next video that I'm going to be making is going to be about how to remain objective when you are having people come through your house, and take the conversations that you have with these buyers and the feedback that they give you to use it constructively and get your house sold quicker and for the best price possible.